Good evening, everybody. This is Dr. Kemi Olunloyo, 21st of June, 2019, from my sick bed. I want to do a show tonight really quick, about 10-15 minutes. A lot of people brought my attention to a case today in Ogun State. I don't know the details. I am not a working journalist. I'm on medical leave indefinitely. I was in an armed robbery last Friday. A week ago today, armed robbers entered my house at 1:45 a.m., early hours of Friday, the 14th of June, and gathered everybody in the house in the same room, told us to lie down, face down. They had guns to our head. They had cutlasses. They beat us with the butts of their gun, with their rods. I was very injured. And they took phones, devices. They cleared all my son's equipment in his home studio. His songs were gone. The only songs he has is his mixtape, which is online on different portals. But all the songs he was working on and backups, even the backup drive, I backed them up to upstairs in my own room. They took everything. We lost a lot of things, okay? And phones were just one of those devices. I'm doing this show because the story that came to me today, it came to me as an activist. I am not a SARS spokesperson. I am not a police officer. I am not a working journalist. All I am right now is Kemi Olunloyo, and people brought this story to me as an activist, okay? I don't do things for people. You know, I get a lot of messages, oh, please help us to make noise. I'm not here to make noise for anybody, okay? If you have an issue, you need to speak out. All of you are on social media. This is how I got a fake news tip from Iyabojo and ended up being in prison. So all this stuff has affected my health. I am suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. Okay, what happened to me last Friday has made my trauma heightened even more. I've been having a lot of fundraisers for the last 2 years now, and I have not met the goal that I need because, of course, nobody likes Kemi Olunloyo. This time around, I told people to donate 2,000 naira each. A lot of people donated. I'm up to 65% of my goal, but still not at the end. So at the end of the day, I still take my time, energy, and put out a video to educate you guys on what's going on. I spent a lot of time with SARS this week, okay, from Monday to Friday. What happened to me is not ordinary, okay? It could have been an inside job. I'm not at liberty to discuss that. Now, according to what I heard in Ogun State, it's Friday. I can't call SARS in Ogun State. I can't call anybody. They're gone for the weekend. Okay, and I'm not a working journalist. I don't have to do anything. I'm just letting you know what I've seen from eyewitness videos and some news stories. What transpired allegedly, and I'm using allegedly because it's a non-affirmative word. What transpired was basically SARS was chasing some guys. And one particular guy was told to open his phone, and he fled, and they were chasing him. As they were chasing him, their vehicle hit a pedestrian. The pedestrian died. The pedestrian is a husband of a pregnant woman. Okay? Sometimes when we hear a pedestrian died, people will look for more stuff to make it more tragic. They said his wife was pregnant. That's even worse. With that being said, he's dead. I saw photographs of a body that looked like it was hit by a car, I don't know, on the road, with people talking in the background and everything. I can't ascertain, and I cannot authenticate that video as to who hit the man. But the story from the eyewitnesses say that SARS was chasing a guy, and they hit that guy with, please bear with me, I'm very sick. I can't see very well, and I have headaches and stuff. My trauma is really bad. You can't understand how I am. From what I hear, they're saying that they were chasing a guy because of a phone that he was asked to open. Spending time with SARS this week, okay, they do a lot of things in there, okay? I don't care what you call me. I don't give a fuck, okay? They are a special anti-robbery squad. And when I got there, I descended on everybody in SARS. Even those officers need more training. Some of them heard a handful from me on how police works abroad, how SWAT teams work, and I also commended their hard work. I know a lot of people at SARS there. When Mike and AG was heading SARS, we used to go there all the time to even say hi to Mike. Felix is there. Everybody's there. You know, they're all very hardworking guys. It's a dangerous job. These guys are leaving their families and going out to solve armed robberies, and they may not come home for a week. You're talking about a day? No, a week, a month in some armed robbery cases. Who are the armed robbers? Men, women, youth, everybody is a criminal element. Okay, when Falls the bad guy, Falano's son, was singing Everybody Be Criminal, the NBC was busy banning his video. We have a lot of criminal elements in Nigeria, and I spent time being detained 6 months, 3 times in Port Harcourt prison. Okay, a lot of the violent, vicious armed robbers were my errand boys at the prison, especially JJ and company, the guys that did the Zenith Bank in Owerri. Everybody knows the video of the Zenith Bank in Owerri. They came, they shot the guy that brought the money to the bank, they shot the police officer. A police officer with 7 children was killed. You remember that video? The guy that was doing that shooting that you're watching was in the prison. I paid him 20 naira a day. Yeah, 20 naira a day to go and get my foodstuffs. If you have not lived with armed robbers, please don't end SARS. Don't even go with that phrase. Okay? What we wanted is to reform SARS. By reforming SARS, we're not going to have extrajudicial killings anymore. And this is one of the reasons why I am traumatized, because I saw extrajudicial killing in Port Harcourt. I saw people being killed. And that's why I'm very sick now. At the end of the day, think about it. My triggers, Yabojo, SARS, and many things, prison. And then armed robbers come to my house, put a gun to my head, injured me, and then now I have to go into Ibadan SARS, or your state SARS. So you can see how the level of trauma is so heightened with me. I'm very raw right now. I can't tolerate bullshit. I have problems relating to people. PTSD is not a mental illness. It's a mental disorder. Trauma is not a mental illness. Trauma is a life experience. It's a human experience. So you got to understand what I'm going through. When you lose devices, I discovered at SARS that they have ways to track devices. I'm not going to tell you the ways they track them, but they know how to track devices. We have a problem in Nigeria that Ibrahim Idris said before he left as the IGP. People are buying stolen phones. The Nigerian police said you should stop buying used or stolen phones. If you go out to the market, you're going to see people who have cases with cases with used phones that have been previously owned by other people. And they're selling it. They're making their living. Where did these phones come from? Were they stolen? What is the fascination with being robbed of a phone? They take them to where they're going to unlock them, erase all the data, people's hard work. My phone was a Techno, and it was a Phantom 8. It was gone. Kaede's phone was a 64 megabyte brand too. Gone. With a lot of his music in there. Backed up lyrics, everything. It is horrible when you work and buy a very expensive phone. Your work is in there. Right now, I don't care about my phone. I care about what I left in that phone if I could get it back. If I could get my data back, everything. My multimedia, my videos, everything I had on that phone, and give it back to the thief, I'll do it. But it's not so. So what is happening is that many stolen phones are being tracked by SARS. And what happens is that the person that's holding the phone is the person they're going to. Look at what Lagos State Police PPRO said. It's in the nation. They said, if you're caught with a stolen phone in Lagos, you're facing 7 years in prison. And I'm not joking, because when I was in prison, I spoke to Punch. After I came out, that is what brought Chidima to prison. If you guys remember Chidima, the girl that was my house girl in the prison, the inmate in cell 2 that cooks my food, we all have house girls in the prison. They're inmates who are younger, who are more, the village girls, they keep them in cell 2. The high-profile girls and high-profile cases are in cell 1. They call us GRA. Okay, cell 1 is GRA. Cell 2 is the village. Chidinma came to prison because of a phone she bought in Garrison. Garrison is the area in Port Harcourt where they sell used electronics, used phones, used everything. And that's where the cultist boys are always hanging. You'll see them all dressed well, hanging around. On the other side of the street, you'll see the Hillocks Park there, River State Cultism Division. The cops are in there watching everybody. Everybody going by their way. At the end of the day, Chidinma went to buy an Android from one of those people in Garrison. They even hawk the phones. They'll be moving with the phone, 7,000. A phone that cost somebody 30,000 is being sold for 7,000 on the street. That's what she did. Unfortunately, the phone Chidinma bought was the phone of one of those two brothers that was beheaded in the cult case. Two brothers in River State were ambushed and lured to a position in Rumokuta, and when they got there, the cultists killed them. They cut their heads off. One of their phones was sold, obviously. Ended up in Garrison, the computer village of Port Harcourt, but for phones. And Chidinma brought her phone there. The police tracked the phone to Chidinma, and Chidinma ended up in prison, charged with murder. That's how I knew her. She said she didn't kill anybody. She just bought this phone. They took her in handcuffs to where she bought it from. They got to Garrison. Where's the guy selling it? They didn't see him. Hawkers are hawking. They're gone. They're not there again. It's not like a special phone stand. So imagine if they're going to track my own phone and they track it to somewhere. The owner of the phone stand or the owner or whoever is holding my phone right now is the one the police is going to go after. At the end of the day, I had to do this video and tell you what it is. But there's still something about civil rights. Civil rights. Civil rights. Where do we draw the line on how the officers are going to ask, open that phone? Let me see. If somebody doesn't open their phone and they run away from the cops, they have created an element of suspicion. So that guy today may have created an element of suspicion, and when the police were running after him in the car, they hit an innocent pedestrian. That's what I hear, allegedly, and the pedestrian died. The photos online is graphic. Nigerians, stop buying used phones. I don't know how you can do this market. The IGP has to handle it. Lagos State is threatening to throw you in prison for 7 years if you're seen with a stolen phone. Save your money, buy your phone. Okay? If the police has to look at that phone and they track a stolen phone to you, you're risking it all. That's all what I want to say to you guys. Don't buy stolen phones. Don't buy used phones. They may be stolen. Simple. Okay? Have a good evening, everybody. I'm Kemi Olunlaya. Those of you on YouTube that donated to my fundraising, not a lot of people donated from YouTube, but some did. Thank you. Some of you want to still donate, send the donation. You have all the accounts. It's on there, on other videos. Thank you. Those of you that didn't donate, that had every excuse not to donate or just created rhetoric, oh, your father's a former governor, all that stuff. Thank you. Other than that, I'm still here, homeless. I can't go home. Security issues. We don't know who committed the robbery. They were very dangerous, vicious people. I mean, they told my mother, we're here to kill you. There's a lot that went on, and I'm very traumatized. I really don't think I'm going to last 2019. I don't think I'm going to last to the end of the year, the way my health is. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.